Well then. Well, I am too. If you wish to know what I have, let's see. Please, go on and take a look. I mean, I do have a pint of ale and get some bullets and some other weapons and stuff that may catch your interest.
Suppose some ale would be good for
So you can
occasion.
double click on them if you want. So you can double click on him and it'll bring up his inventory.
Nothing's coming up for me.
When you double click on him?
Yeah,
Right
I'm double
Nothing?
clicking
Nothing? Let me
left
see.
and right.
Comes up for me if you double click on him.
So, weird.
Let me see. I would say probably restart
Okay.
once again. Let me know when you're back in.
All right, I'm about to be back in. All right, I'm in the map. Let's try again. Okay.
Yeah, you're lagging, dude. Your voice is like fading in and out and stuff too. You there?
Yeah, it's weird.
You're
I see
lagging,
the
dude. That internet needs to get fixed.
Well, I see the shop.
Yeah, so you see the sheet. Yeah, you can buy whatever you want. Yeah, you could buy whatever you want if you see anything in particular that you would want. Just know certain things do cost money, and sometimes it's not always cheap. But you are a noble, and 3 brass, coins to you is nothing compared to Sandy, Roscoe. Rocco, who is like that's literally like two of those pints of ale is his day's worth right now of what all he has on him.
Well, I go and I say, I think I'll get this wine bottle you have. Let's see.
Well,
I'll also get a pint of ale.
surely.
Why not?
And do remember, you could haggle with him too to reduce those prices if you need to. Would you like to do that?
Well, I mean, I've already bought the wine and the ale, but like, I don't know if I could like go
You
and
can
haggle
just get
those
back
down.
some gold or whatever, basically. Yeah, you can get busy. Yeah, you can still haggle and just haggle and basically I'll give you back some gold. It's as much as that.
Okay, well then, I'll go and I'll say, I must say, do have some good stuff here, but it is a festival. Surely you'd have a bit of a discount to celebrate, right?
I'm not too sure. I mean, possibly, but
Give me a haggle test. Target him.
Okay, let's see.
So yeah, so go ahead and target him and go to skills, and then go to haggle.
All right, and then just roll.
Yep. Wow, 27. Got a +3. So let's see what he gets. He tries to haggle back.
oh, we do strike a good point. But I'm not sure.
And he does another haggle as well. a second. That is Walter. There we go. Where's this haggle at? There we go. You won by +6. Holy shit. Okay, so not only did you haggle him, he actually like reduces his prices tremendously, and he is gonna give you back 6 brass pennies. So you spent 13 and he's gonna give you back 6, as you had quite a point on that. So go ahead and go to trappings on your character sheet and add back 6 pennies. And that's the game of haggling.
So
Yep.
I'm gonna go and tell him.
Well,
Yeah. Oh.
You strike a good bargain. Maybe I should reduce my prices a bit. Well, maybe only for you, though.
Take it from me. It's always good to have a little bit of generosity. May come back for you with some benefit.
Well, with everything going on in the city, I'm not really sure I could always make that a thing. Besides, you know what's going on with all these outdoor soldiers here, don't you?
Indeed I do. What a time to be living in, isn't it?
Indeed it is. Well, for all we know, no one knows where the young frauds are at. They left out of town and skipped out. Talk about a bunch of nobles. Not ready to stay the prices, stand guard to take the punishment for whatever there is that they're being ousted for from the Empire. It should be ran, like all the other nobles.
I'm
Now,
sure
if you
there's.
ask me.
I'm sure there are some complexities involved that we're not all privy to.
He chuckles at that.
Well, enjoy the festival. Hopefully everything works out.
You too, my good sir.
The name is Mansk, by the way. Mansk Escrow.
Munsk. I am Walter Johnson. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Lovely to make your acquaintance. Indeed. Likewise. Well, I'll be here if you ever need anything, any type of weapons or anything else. I'm one of the only vendors here now, since most of the others actually left since the armed frauds are out. But if you need an axe, dagger, knuckle duster, mace, sling, or sword, I am your guy.
Well, if that's the case, where do you normally stay?
Actually, right here. I mean, I did have a shop that I'm working on, but let's just put it in the price to actually have one nowadays is quite high, so I'm mainly operating out here in the marketplace. I'll always be here if you find me.
Very well. And, excuse me again, your name was?
You can call me Mansk. Mansk Escrow.
Muntz Escrow. Make sure to remember it. I can tell you have some very interesting wares. Also, I'd be looking
Indeed.
forward to testing this wine later to see if it lives up to my expectations.
Only the best of your expectations. I would expect no less. Trust me, my wife makes a fine brew.
Well then, I shall be off. I'll continue to observe the area. Take care.
Be careful, though. Hold on there. See that elf over there? Along with those other
Yes.
2 patrons that he's with. Be careful around them. Seems as though they're getting into a scuffle with one of the townspeople. Just be on your guard.
I appreciate your advice. I'll for now keep my distance. Though I must admit I have a bit of a curiosity about what's going on. So I suppose I'll be within the area. And then I'll start to
He nods at that.
I'll start taking a slight sip of my ale while I sort of observe the situation going
Indeed.
on.
And it does feel like a nice, subtle, fruity, but wine tasting sensation guzzles down your throat. Seems he wasn't kidding about his wife making it with delicate care. The camera then scrolls down to Roscoe. I mean, I keep saying Roscoe. Rocco Gerson. Rocco, as you're moving along, you feel someone tap you on your back.
Roku turns around and
What do you do?
Roku kind of turns around and says, "Can I help you?"
You see this short dwarf who looks to be around, 4 feet tall, dyed orange hair, mid brown orange hair. Doesn't seem to be wearing any shoes, but he does have a mean and mighty axe on him. Very brawly built.
I know that look. What were you trying to do?
Just looking around the festival. Very lively here.
Oh, really? You wouldn't be up
course.
to no good now, would you?
Of course not. Now, leave me alone. This conversation is over. I'll be on my way.
I'm watching you. That lass over there may not notice, but I'm keeping a keen eye on you.
Sure. They'll be looking at me all the time while I'm enjoying the festival.
You're damn right I will.
So you see him as he keeps looking at you as you're walking by him. And then the camera switches over to Pithwick. Pithwick, what are you doing right now?
So right now, I'm kind of scanning the crowd. Yeah, it's like I can't stop being a town watch or the Ubersreich watch. All these tall people, but I'm trying to relax. So I'm kind of taking things in, looking at the underside of tables. This place wasn't designed for halflings. But
Absolutely.
So what stands
Okay.
out to me other than this statuesque, grotesquely tall woman?
Yeah, besides a tall woman, you do see a young boy looking left and right, and he seems to be aimlessly wandering around. Especially for himself, he does look like he's. Give me a perception check, honestly, on that one, actually.
All right. Let's see here. I think I actually have a. Perception is not on my skill list.
Skills. Scroll all the way down. It's at the bottom. You have a 41.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't see
You can
the
scroll down.
scroll bar there. There we go. Makes sense. All right, perception. I can see a mouse moving on a wall, but I can't see a kid.
You do see that. You do notice the kid. However, you don't really notice anything of the kid in terms of like what he's wearing or anything like that. He just seems to be an aimless boy just wandering around. And to you, it looks like he's simply enjoying the festivities.
Right.
That's about it.
And
so when you see that, you do see this. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. I
was gonna say, so you see the watch female, she looks over at you and she smiles and she walks over to you.
Is she wearing outdoor colors or Ubersreich colors?
Oh yeah. So all so do know this. every token you see that is Altdorf will have a red and blue uniform on, and she
Gotcha.
is sporting a red and blue uniform. Yep.
Okay, okay.
Regular colors, I think, are like they're like a yellowish, like somewhat like they're not as distinct as Altdorf. Let's put it that way. Altdorf will always have a red and blue sort of color on it all the time.
Gotcha.
So she walks up to you, smiles, and she nods her head.
Enjoying the festivities?
I'm trying to. So, judging by your uniform, you're one of the outdoor soldiers, right?
That's correct, and I would assume that you're one of the Uber's watchmen.
True enough, but it's, my day off. So, what you doing here in the festival? If anything in particular catch your eye?
Well, nothing particularly late, but, I was certain stationed here because a lot of the other Altdorf soldiers, as sparse as we are right now, they assigned me to come here. They didn't think anything would, truly happen with all the festivities in place, but nevertheless, I think it's my duty to be here. I hope I don't intrude on anything, that you would typically do on your normal day. Sorry if I am.
Oh no, yeah, you're fine, you're fine. As I said, it's my day off, so I'm trying to relax, but, most of these booths aren't halfling friendly, if you know what I mean.
Well, it's a shame at that as well. Have you ever been to the capital of Altdorf?
No, I've mostly been in Ubersreich my life.
Ah, most people usually see this, look halfway past you guys, but in Altdorf, we typically see halflings all the time, as well as dwarves. You wouldn't stand out as much, and they do have a lot of accommodations as well. You should pay a visit if you ever get the chance.
I'll pay that in mind. It'd be easier than carrying a step stool everywhere I go.
You see, she actually kind of chuckles at that as she like puts her fist to her lip.
I didn't catch your name, miss.
You could call me Lady Anastasia. Well, not a lady actually, now, since I'm in Altdorf, but Anastasia works just as well.
I see. Well, pleasure to meet you, Miss Anastasia. I'm Pithwick, of the Grumble Pots.
Oh. Haven't really heard of that family name before.
It's
But
not a
nevertheless,
big family.
I'm glad to have another watch person with me. Thought I was gonna be here alone.
So, what's going on with the Altdorf soldiers? I mean, you've taken the city, but you really expect to hold it with only a handful of soldiers?
And that's what we're a little worried about, actually. And we also don't really know this place too well. I mean, a lot of us haven't even taken on... Let's just put it to where we don't know really what's going on. Sure, we've taken over the city, but we know between the underbelly that there's a lot of criminal organizations going on that we have nothing about. So we're sitting here blind, just watching to see what goes wrong and whatever rumors come about that we may follow.
I see. And what are your thoughts on the...
Some of the watchmen hasn't been working with us.
Hey, what are your thoughts on the watch?
Well, as an Altdorf soldier, I'm doing my noble duty, but I understand what it's like for a whole another battalion to just come and take over the duty that you were destined and supposed to be doing. Trust me, I know what it's like to have something taken away from you. But be that as it may, I wish to get along with everyone. That's my only wish.
Yeah. It may not be an easy wish to fulfill around here.
Indeed.
As that's going on and you're conversing with Anastasia, the camera switches over to this group over here as you see this female sporting a feather hat. She has a sword in her back and a cape, as you will. She seems to look like she sort of pushes this individual over here. You see Anastasia doesn't see that, but you see that Pithwick, and so do you, Walter. And the person kind of takes a step back and he spits on the ground and he like flicks her off. The female almost looks like she's about to grab something, but this individual right here puts his hand on her shoulder to try to calm her down. And she does. She begins to walk away. And within the heat of the moment, she doesn't see you, Walter. She's about to run into you. What do you do?
I try to get out of her way.
All right. So if you're trying to get her away, give me a dodge check. As she is running, she looks like she's storming. Not even looking she's looking down at the ground and she's about to bump into you. Nicely done. So, oh wait, you're not challenging.
Oh
me.
fuck, sorry.
That. So you're good. You're good. No, you don't. Yeah, that's because it's still targeted, but you're good. As you do that, she continues to walk, and you take a sidestep back next to Musk, and she just continues walking past, and she goes up to this individual right here. The other two individuals, one looks at you. The elf looks at you, and he simply bows, and he shortly apologizes.
Is that a short joke?
So the elf looks at he apologizes by saying,
Sorry about that. Sally, she can be a little adamant for her own good.
No worries.
That's interesting.
Oh, what catches your interest?
the elf pauses and looks at you.
You're not looking at me like all the other people are. Some of them look at me quite funny.
Well, to me, you're just another person. Be at ease.
Really? I appreciate that. I'm relatively used to most humankind, but nevertheless, I follow Sally wherever she goes.
You see this individual with a scythe on his back. Looks to be he's bald and he looks in his early 30s. He puts his hand on Amorous and almost like a gesture for him to stop telling everything, and he continues to move past him towards Sally. This female who he called Sally. Amorous looks to you and he sort of gives you an apology.
Sorry about that. I think I said too much.
Whoa.
Enjoy the festivities.
You too, my good man. You take care of yourself.
And at that, the camera switches to you. What are you doing?
So, I go, and I kind of move right over here, and like right here. I go and I tell Munsk, that was a bit of an odd scene. I'm a bit curious about what their dynamic was. Any idea?
So, yeah, sorry, I was moving the camera on the other screen. So, Monsk looks at you.
I don't really know. I mean, it seems as though that female has a really bad habit of arguing with people. The last thing I need her is to try to haggle me down.
I see what you mean. Well, it was a bit of an interesting spectacle. But, I suppose I'll be moving on with my day. Take care, Munsk. I
Indeed.
should be in the area. And I start making my way onward. Just continuing to observe the location. Again, see if I see anything of interest. And then I see like the water over here. Like the fountain.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you just want to?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at it and I think, fountain here. How serene and beautiful. In fact.
And so
No,
the camera pans back to Anastasia.
Hey man, I was gonna do something to the fountain.
What are you gonna do? Yeah, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Go ahead.
I'm gonna take one of my bronze coins, flick it into the water.
Okay.
And then say, well,
Okay.
so let me, I got deducted now. So let's see, how do I like subtract? Like a brass penny?
I think you right click.
Yeah, right
Just
click.
by right clicking it.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, so I flick a brass penny in, and I say, let it be a sign of good luck that this town surely will need it. And I just continue to like watch the fountain and the water. This is
Indeed. And so the camera pans to Anastasia, who looks at Pithwick.
I'm sorry, I think I'm gonna go ask her why she yelled at. Almost looked like they got into a little bit of a confrontation.
Yeah, it seems that way, but tensions are high. But if you're on duty, then by all means, don't let me delay you.
Thank you, Pithwick, Mr. What was your name again?
Pithwick Grumblepot.
Pithwick Grumblepot. I will definitely remember that. Anesthesia, if you will.
Of course.
Anesthesia.
Pleasure meeting you. Good
All
luck.
And so she goes. So she goes off to the south. And the camera pans back to Rocco. Rocco, what are you doing?
Rocco's just kind of observing and then walking around, knowing that the dwarf is still looking at him from the back. And he's kind of gonna, kind of feels like it's probably not a good idea to steal anything yet. He's gonna kind of like push his way through, not push, but kind of like maneuver his way through, gets to the other side.
Absolutely.
Not really paying any mind. And Rocco's gonna just try to see if he can find something to eat. What does he see around?
So, coming from the individual over here, you do smell, in his like stalls, you do see a heart, you see a few bunch of chickens, some ale. You do see a nice meal that would, be suitable for someone in an inn behind him. However, he seems to be engaged of talking to someone, this halfling. What do you want to do?
So I don't know if I'm rolling perception check for this, but Rocco's gonna stare at the individual that shopkeeper is talking to. Does he notice anything of value on him? anything on him that looks like you could pickpocket him or steal from him?
Well,
Uh,
on him or on his stall? Oh,
No,
you're talking
him.
about this guy?
Yeah.
You'll notice I'm in a soldier's uniform
He's just-
with a sword
yeah,
on my
he
belt.
does- you see a soldier. From what you know that this is a watchman of Ubersreich, and from what you understand, the watchmen of Ubersreich, they've been taken over by the Altdorfs, which is the uniform this female is wearing. So there's been a little bit of a power vacuum. I mean, like, from what you know, you've heard rumors that Ubersreich watch has been kind of shit lately since the Altdorf have been taken over. So they're both been like Altdorf isn't really there as well, and so the Ubersreich watch. But this individual does have, he has a sword on him. He does have, you just see the hilt of his dagger on the side. He is wearing breastplate, from what you can tell, and he is in his uniform.
Does he have like any like loose pouches on him?
He does have a pouch. You don't know if it's loose.
Alrighty. So Rock is gonna walk up to them, and he sees that
Okay.
they're talking, and he says, "You there, sir? I assume you're the shopkeeper of this stall."
So, trailing back 2 minutes before, back in time, Pickwick, you walked up to Mansk first. Did you want to say anything to them?
Excuse me, down here.
Oh, sorry about that. Yes, how can I help you?
I was curious what goods you're selling today. Has business been good here in the festival?
Well, absolutely. I mean, I'm enjoying the festivities like any other. I mean, if you're in the mood for some food or a healing draught or a nice tattoo, I can give you that as well. But I do have, the normal procurement of weapons, but you're part of the watch. Don't think you want any weapons. You have some on your own. Are you in the mood for some food? I do have a good heartly chicken that my wife baked.
Chicken, you say?
Indeed.
Wait, did you say you offer tattoos?
Indeed I do. Were you looking to get a tattoo?
No, that just seems an unusual thing to be selling at the festival.
Well, I am a man by different trades, my good friend. Let's just say I can do it all.
I see. Huh. What kind of tattoos do you do?
What kind of symbol would you like on yours? It may take some time with the festivities in place, but with my skilled hands, I can probably get it done within a decent small size one for about 20 to 30 minutes.
Well, I think
I
I'll
don't mean to say
pass.
small as in, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Yeah, we'll let that one slip by.
Yeah, apologies.
Oh, that's interesting. You
looks
have
like I'm
a.
going else here.
Is that a sling I see drape it over the table there?
Oh wait, Marcellus,
That's
my bad
correct.
my bad to interrupt. Sorry. Cheryl just texted me to ask you to call her. She says an emergency.
All right, give me a second.
Sorry, yeah.
You do you.
Yeah.
Quick while he's gone.
Yeah, let's
steal
take
all the
a.
stuff.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Let's take a 20-minute break and we'll be back.
All right.
Okay.